Hello?
Siddharth.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll start with the session today. Now, if we just glance through the syllabus out here, today we will cover, now you basically want it from the allocation of resources, right? From the 4.2 module, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we'll be doing today is that we'll be covering this particular portion, that is the describe the allocation of resources in market and mixed economic systems.
Okay.
Okay. Now, quite often you have been asked questions on this in two forms. One is in multiple choice and second is in a structured or a descriptive format.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start this and we'll try to after this lecture is over, we'll revise the things first and then we will switch over to the question and then how the question needs to be answered. Okay. So now, in an economic system means in an economic setup, there are three main questions any economy has to answer. The first one is what is to be produced. Okay, that means a country will decide that whether it has to produce cars, whether it has to produce leisure goods, whether it has to produce more of rice, whether it has to produce more of wheat, whether it has to produce more of TVs and so on. So the first question to be answered is what is to be produced. Okay. The next question is how will it be produced. That is, if I decide that tomorrow a country has to produce wheat, then which part of the country will the wheat production take place? Or let us say what kind of technology I can use to produce wheat. So the next question is how the production will take. Okay, the first two questions are clear?
Yeah.
Now the third is who will get what is produced. Example, who should receive the goods and services and in what quantity. That is, let's revert back to our wheat example. In case of wheat, the first decision was, okay, the government decides that it is going to produce wheat. Okay. The next decision was that it decides the technology to be used. Now the third decision is, let's say we have 100 kgs of wheat. The decision will now be how much kg will each individual receive. That means who will get what is produced.
Okay.
Okay, so any economy, whether it is USA, whether it is India, whether it is UK, any part of the world will take their decision on the base or will basically try to answer. One second, just change the color. Will basically try to answer these three questions: what is to be produced, how much the production is going to take place, and how much each individual in that particular country will get. Now when I'm saying individual, does not mean individual as in per person, it means a group of people.
Okay.
Alright? Okay. Now we'll move to the next part. Now to think about how it works, let's say now there is an example. Imagine you are stranded on a deserted island with a group of friends. You have a group of friends who are there and you are stranded out there. You are all alone. And you each know that you have to find out some way of surviving because you are alone, there is no means of communication, there is nothing which you can do, but you have to survive there, you have to stay there.
Okay.
So you have a meeting and identify the basic necessities needed to survive. Now what are the basic necessities you would require for survival? Let's say food, water, clothing, shelter. Okay? So see, now what is happening out here? Our first question, that is what is to be produced. So you all come together and you decide that now whatever it is, you need food, you need clothing, you need shelter. So you will have to allocate the resources in such a manner that these three things are taken care of. Right? So the first thing is what is to be produced is taken care. Now the next question is that how will it be produced? How are you going to produce food, water, clothing, shelter? What are you going to do for that? So let's say for example you take a meeting and there are you have, let's say, 20 people, out of which 10 are or 5 of them are very good at cooking. Okay, so that group of 5 will now take the authority, or will now take the task of providing you with food. Alright, there are some who can build a house, so there are some who will look into, or who will find help you with providing shelter. So now you decide that once food, water, clothing is your basic necessities identified, the next step is you come together, you brainstorm, and then you decide, okay, these are the things which I need to produce. Okay, and then put your mind to working out how are you going to provide with these needs. So if you see carefully, the simple example highlights 3 questions any economy has to answer. And what are they? First, what is to be produced? So in our example, it will refer to food, clothing, shelter, water, and so on. Right? First thing is clear, Siddharth?
Yeah.
Okay. Next is, how is it going to be produced? So in order to understand how is it going to be produced, it is revealed by the group discussion. And as I said, that the skill which each individual has, that is, some people are good at cooking, some people are good at just accumulating things or arranging things, some people are good at building a house, some people are good at carrying buckets of water or from one place to the another. So the next, what you do here is you take a decision as to what and how you are going to produce. So the second question is answered. Now the third question is, who gets what is produced? See, food is being produced, their houses are being created. So the third thing you decide is how much each is going to get. Let's say a group of 10 will get some extra quantity of food, or a group of 5, let's say, will get more space to stay, and so on. Right? So this is characterized with a discussion about how much each group should get in exchange for what they bring to the island. Like, let's say, for example, you, okay, if you are into the task of cooking something, so the decision will be taken how much Siddharth will get at the end of the day.
Okay.
Right? So this is just not applicable for a deserted island, this is applicable everywhere. So these 3 fundamental questions have to be answered by any economy, whether it is a developed economy, the poorest of the country, or people like us who are stranded on a deserted island. Right? And to answer these 3 questions, 3 different economic systems have been developed, which we will be studying in the course of this lecture.
Okay.
Okay? Now, what these systems revolve around how people in those society allocate scarce resources to satisfy competing wants and needs. You must have done this in your 4.1 chapter, that is basically economics is concerned with what? 2 things: finite resources and unlimited wants. Are you accustomed with this concept?
Yeah.
Right? So we have to take a decision that I have limited resources with me and I have huge number of wants, so how am I going to satisfy them? Okay? Siddharth, can you just repeat once again what are the 3 major economic decisions which we need to take?
What is to be produced?
Okay.
What is to be produced?
Okay.
Final product.
Right? So how the distribution is going to take place. So whether it is UK, whether it is USA, whether it is India or any part of the world, this decision is the prime importance one. Okay? Now, in any economy, the question remains, okay, these questions remain, but the system to allocate scarce resources might be complex. See, India has a limited amount of land. India has a limited amount of resources, and there are more than 1 billion Indians there with their wants. So the decision which India needs to take is, how is it going to satisfy the needs of 1 billion people, more than 1 billion people.
Okay.
Right? So it's a complex decision. It's not that simple as it appears to be. As I said, there are 3 different types of economies which we are going to study. The first one is what is known as a command or a planned economy. Okay? The second one is a market or a free market economy, and the third one is a mixed economy.
Okay.
Now, on On what basis are they divided? They are divided on this basis. See, the decision is taken as whether the decision is taken by private firm or whether the decision is taken by the government or whether the decision is taken by both the government as well as the private. Okay? So, you might have some economies where the decision is exclusively taken by private individuals. You might have some economies where decision is taken by the government, or you might have some economies where both private firm and government, they come together to take the decision. Am I very clear with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we will look at each of them in turn, and for that we'll start with the first one, command or a planned economy. What you should keep in mind is that even if you get the word planned or even if you get the word command, for both of them the answer is the same. Okay? Hello?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah. So planned economy or command economy, both of them mean the same thing.
Okay.
Alright? Now let's see what it is. Command or planned economies have been closely associated with the communist regimes of Russia and Eastern Europe. Okay? Now you have to keep in mind this, which I am underlining. The main feature of this type of economic system is the way in which resources are allocated. In a planned system, the decision, okay, is the basic question is answered through some form of central government. That is, the decisions are taken by the government. So, in a planned economy, who takes the decision?
Government.
The government. Okay. Now, remember, when the government does take the decision, people like you and me cannot interfere in government decisions. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So its function is to identify what goods and services are needed by the people, how can they be produced, how can they be distributed, and so on.